Hey guys, I appreciate you stopping by. As you probably noticed on the title, this is the intro to an ongoing series. Hopefully, it really depends on how much interest there is in it. But it's just an ongoing series on auto restoration, on classic car restoration. Um, and generally, it's just the paint and body aspects. Some restoration, rust repair and removal and stuff like that. Um, but anyway, so I'm kicking this off with just an intro just to kind of explain what I'm going to be doing. And if that's something that you feel like you would be interested in, then please be sure to like, subscribe, and then if you got any suggestions for videos, like if you're at a certain point in your current project, that you're needing help with something that you're dealing with right now, feel free to post it below. And I'll try and either put a video up or I'll try and answer your question or whatever. But so anyway, I'm gonna keep this pretty short. But generally, it's just kind of putting the information out there. A lot of this is going to be in front of the camera like this, not in the shop. I will, as time goes on, start spending more time in the shop, so it's kind of like a hands-on thing. Um, but right now, this is more feasible to start going through some theory and stuff like that for people who really want to know, who want to learn. But again, I can change gears if somebody suggests, a topic that again is on the front burner for them. Then I'll try and handle that. But anyway, all this is going to be, I've got about 20 years of experience, and all this is going to be is a matter of me sharing what I've learned and what I've done on a daily basis that works, that I can assure you it works. If it fails, you did something wrong, because my paint work never fails, and I mean, that may sound cocky, but after the thousands of hours I've spent sanding and another all the other thousands of hours color sanding and buffing and everything else, it's taken me a lot of practice and time and experience and education to learn how to do what I do, and now I'm trying to share it. I kind of lost the passion a little bit for what I do. It's been a long time, and you get used to seeing the cars, restored, unrestored, whatever. You get used to seeing all this stuff, so I lost a lot of the passion. I feel like this will help. If people are interested and would like to learn more, I think this will help rekindle that passion for me, and then also, I just feel like it's a noble trade. It's people aren't wanting to work with their hands anymore. Even I've been trying to figure out a way to get out of it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, well, why don't I just start sharing, and start kind of refueling that fire, I guess you would say. So in this series, generally, I mean, we're going to go over paint theory. I'm going to go over materials. We're going to go over equipment. I mean, just whatever. I mean, generally, I'm going to be putting up some kind of oddball videos until I start getting some feedback from you guys of what you would like to see, whether we want to focus on rust repair or whether we want to focus on, if you're looking for a project, perhaps some suggestions on how to size up a project, as far as, is it worth it, or should you look for another car, stuff like that. So, but anyway, this whole, I'm 45 years old, in this whole grand scheme of life, it's kind of funny because this is the only thing I have 100% utmost confidence in. I mean, when I say something, it's true. That's just the way that it is. Now, there can be a couple different ways to do things, so I won't argue a point if I know that both work, and I just prefer one over the other. But if somebody says, "Oh, that'll never work," I'm like, bullshit. I've done it several times, and I've went back, looked at cars 5 years later, still look like it rolled off the showroom floor. So with what I say here, I guess I'm always able to learn more. But at the same time, what I do works, and for the most part, none of the materials that I'm using or anything like that is cutting edge. I mean, it is urethane. I mean, I definitely suggest urethane as far as the paint system. But which is, except for water-based or waterborne paint, urethane is kind of like, because you had the lacquer and the enamel, and they kind of swapped back and forth, and you had a catalyzed lacquer and they started catalyzing them, and then urethane came into play. But I came in when lacquer was phasing out, and enamel, well, it was in the 90s, and I got it out a couple times, sold cars, different stuff like that. But anyway, guys, this is what I'm going to be covering. This video, like this really there's nothing valuable in this video per se, but if you have any suggestions, make them on this post or make them on the next video. And like I said, I'm just going to start rolling out videos, seeing what people are interested in, what they're not, and I'll just kind of gauge the type of things that I'll share with you and the types of things I'll discuss depending on where the interest lies. You know, I have not only have I my own experience to draw from, but I've also worked with some really great, you know, really great bodymen and painters and even mechanics, which that's one thing I will say is I'm not a motorhead mechanic kind of guy. I mean, I can kind of stumble through getting the stuff you know, running and squared away and stuff like that, but you know, mine is sheet metal and paint and dealing with rust and how things go back together as far as the paint and the body, and you know, and that's what I specialize in is you know, restorations. So but anyway, guys, if this interests you, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. If you have suggestions, make sure that you comment, because I'll definitely, you know, again, I could make, right off the top of my head, I could make a list of a couple hundred topics to discuss. But if this is your topic that you're interested in, and you know, it may take me forever to get there, so go ahead and spit it out down in the comments. Let me know what you'd like to know, and I'll handle it, you know. But this, again, is just the intro. I didn't divulge anything of value, but we can go, I think probably on the next video I'll kind of talk about how to size up your project, as far as maybe you'd be better off going with a different car sometimes, and you know, that's probably what I'll do first. But generally, like I said, as soon as you guys start to comment and start telling me which direction you want to go, I'll start handling. You know, that's what I'll start focusing on. So anyway, but again, my name's Jesse. If you have any current questions or questions now, feel free to post them below. I am available. Usually like mornings and evenings are the best, like most people. But I'll get back with you. Pretty much guarantee that. And like I said, you know, just whatever ideas you come across, and feel free to share what kind of car you're working on, or you know, whatever. You know, I look forward to kind of building some relationships and hopefully helping some people getting some cars done. And this is right, guys. This is right. I'm not saying it's the only way to do it, but the way that I will be teaching, or the way I'll be telling you and showing you and teaching you, it's right. No one can argue it, because I have too many years experience to. I've seen it. I've done it. I've seen it, and other people have recognized it within my work. So this is, out of all things on the face of this planet, that I have more confidence in my experience in paint and body than anything else. So, and I'm happy to share with you guys. So if you got any questions, comments, suggestions, or anything like that, and just feel free to comment below. Again, this is Jesse. I'm signing off. This is going to be it for now. But another video will be rolling out soon, and be sure to make them comments as far as what you'd like to see. Thanks, guys.